Peggy 16.
Pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men. There is nothing more terrifying.
RTX on. Chat, let me know if you can hear the audio coming through properly. Hey guys.
In that forsaken place, blood must...
Trailer audio is quiet. Wait, Whipping Boy sounds dead. Am I Whipping Boy? Hold on.
must spill. Blood of your fellows.
Now it's a bit good.
The Erdtree faithful.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light?
I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Miquella is doing here.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of restless flame.
Come now, touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
Okay, so first things first. This looks a lot like the trailer poster for The Old Hunters, where we had Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower sitting in her chair. Except now we have Mesmer, that's this guy's name, sitting on a throne. So let's go over this trailer again. Get some audio maybe playing. Now that everybody's seen it, let me know what you all think, first of all. Second of all, I'm watching my little sister's cat for her. You're probably gonna hear that little gremlin coming to me, meowing in the microphone, because I'm also eating fish right now. And I don't think she realizes. But she is going to realize, and she's gonna want her slice. You sure you sound good for streaming? You sound really sick. I was sick yesterday. I'm good now. I'm just Oh, you can hear that? She's clawing at my chair. Come on. You want fish? Hey? You want? Hold on. I need to get her to the microphone so that you guys know that I'm not just, inventing this. Hold on. Make sound. She's not gonna make any sound. Whatever. Whatever. But yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good to stream. I was a bit sick yesterday, but like, I'm good now. Go away, cat. So, we've been waiting now pretty long time for this game, for this DLC, and apparently it's going to be the biggest DLC they've ever done. I feel like, I'm hoping they mean not just in terms of download speed, download size and such, but I mean like abundance of content as well. I'm looking forward to the new weapons. I'm looking forward to the Crucible stuff. But now that we're here, let's get going. So, first things first. God damn it, my Bluetooth went out. For no reason whatsoever. Okay, so first things first. DLC area entrance confirmed. Everybody who guessed it, congratulations. You get a big star. I think I said that this would probably be the place where we entered the DLC. I had hoped that they'd find someplace else, just because I thought it could be kind of funny. But no, you know, we have the hips, we have the Ek, we have Mikkola's hand. It was going to be this place. Of course it was going to be this place. And pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men. There is nothing more terrifying. So they're probably talking about Mikkola, pure. For some reason my Bluetooth is just... Why do I need to set the device up? I've done this a million times, man. Just connect. Every time. I like this. This is a nice visual. This seems to be a new area. I don't quite recognize this castle. This doesn't look like Stormvale to me. And this little place here looks kind of different. Also, you can see in the skybox the what's it called? The blessing, the Balderkin. Yeah, the Balderkin. That's that sort of. Okay. Now my Bluetooth is gonna connect again. That's the just the worst. I'm the worst streamer. Hold on. You can see it better. Yeah, you can see it better here. It's like with the deathbed thing. You drape this over them while they're dying, and it's draped over. It's seemingly draped over the Erdtree itself. So, symbolism. Read into that what you want. We seem to have some death root growing on the place, growing all over the land, and you have the Erdtree. I originally thought, and when we first saw the sort of promo image, I thought that what we were looking at was one tree growing up to sort of crush the other one, but right now it really does seem more like an embrace. We get a better image of it later on, and we can maybe talk about it better then. A ceremonial veil. Yeah, I mean it's the Balderkin. It's the Fia's deathbed champion thing. In an interview with Eurogamer, I believe they said it will be bigger than Limgrave. That's pretty nice. We will be going over that new Miyazaki interview as well, by the way. Did I like the trailer? Yeah. I mean, insofar as like a man can like a trailer, I guess. No, but like I think it looked good. Obviously we're not getting main game overhauls, which is kind of like I was low-key hoping, like really low-key, kind of hoping that they'd do that for us. Gaspy hesitated. Well, I have to collect my thoughts. I've been working all day. I wanted to stream this when it came out, like 5 hours ago, but I've been at work. And I came home just for this. confirming that that promo image is actually real. I like this. I think it's like a nice scenery. Very rich, atmospheric, a lot of death rot. And this, like, so you ask me, do I like this? There's a lot of stuff here that I really am like, oh, I'm dubious about this. All this death root stuff, man, you know, just death root bars filling up. Meanwhile, like, death blighted, and I just die. Just the worst mechanic. Just like, give me a DLC full of that. Yes, num num num. Thank you. There's another sequence. I'll talk about it later on, but like, we'll talk about it later on. Hold on. Here's the big cash money shot again. Here we have somebody. Seems to be like a carrion or maybe somebody. I thought Baldekin was a name. No, a Baldekin is the sort of curtain thing, I believe. That looks like the Erdtree. Some people are thinking this takes place after the flame ending or the one you burn it down. I don't think so. I think that... I think this takes place in the past, or like sort of a dream version of the past, because a lot of FromSoft's DLCs do that. You know, the Old Hunters does that. Artorias of the Abyss does it. Even like Scholars of the First Sin, Dark Souls 2's DLCs, they all deal with like these sort of civilizations from the past. They don't really advance the narrative from where we enter it. Not really. So, in that forsaken place, blood must spill. In that forsaken place, blood must spill. So we're actually just zooming over a lot here. Yeah, here's the at night. Here we have another new armor set. Hopefully this is... well, you wouldn't put this in if it wasn't going to be an armor set. Not a lot to glean from this. I mean, they have like a Roman centurion sort of dress going on. That's pretty cool. They have a sort of a fur cloak or cape as well. That's pretty nice. Another great sword. Yeah, just what the game needed, you know. If the Painted World didn't take place in the past, it was a parallel world. Oh yeah, wait, actually the Ringed City takes place at the end. But the Ringed City kind of sucked, so, you know, we're hopefully doesn't suck. So hopefully it takes place in the past, if that's anything. So the Bluetooth just died. I've given up on trying to connect it. In that forsaken place, blood must spill. Yeah, we see this guy again later on. This is something he can throw. I like that. This is a weird sort of coiled spiral we have here. Seemingly, it's just sort of an extension of the architecture behind him, but I don't know. Elden Ring has a lot of this sort of coiled spiral imagery. You see it in a lot of the swords. You see it in the Elden Ring itself, I believe. Or in some variations of it. I don't know what it means. It's just like this sort of order of life or whatever. This sort of DNA structured double helix kind of thingamajig. So now we're here in that forsaken place, blood must spill. The whole lighting of this scene makes me think about Trina, sort of like purple, pink, and white. Saint Trina. And if this takes place in Mikkela's dream, then that's almost certainly where we're gonna go. Like that's where we're gonna go character-wise, you know. You would see Trina. Okay, this lady here. Let me show you something. I don't know. There's a lot of threads going on Twitter right now. Everybody's like jumping into jumping in with their theories, connecting everything. So I'm not the first person to see this, but so if you remember, this is no good. What's that item called? The Carrion statue. Was it the levered statue? Inverted statue. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, if you'll just indulge me for a second here while I prep everything. Some people would have prepped beforehand. Me, nah. Do it on the time. Do it on the spot. Alright. Oh, this is no good. Hold on. We get a better image of her in a bit. Here. So, like, I've reversed the image. This is the hourglass thing that reverts the tower. So she's probably some manner of carrion, as you could probably guess by the architecture and the way she dresses. But also, like, you see this character here, again, is this going back into the past? This is like a dream version of the past. What are we doing here? Could be. Could be. DLC is giving me huge Castlevania vibes. Is it? I don't know. I'm not... Could be. I think Miyazaki is a Castlevania fan, but... I don't know. I haven't played a lot of Castlevania, so I wouldn't know. But, could be. I like it, but I prefer Ashes of Ariandel. I do think Mitter was an absolute trash fight. Ashes of Ariandel is the best Dark Souls, is the best From Software DLC. People don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. It is by far their best DLC. It's the only piece of DLC which ever became the best part of its respective game, and it's the only piece of DLC which is S tier completely. All the other DLCs are like, Artorias A tier, Old Hunters A tier, Dark Souls 2 DLCs, they largely suck, and the Ring City is just pure ass. But yeah. I should have finished eating before I started streaming. God's Grave. This seems like a sort of a Deathblight area. I'm just going by like the dead trees, the sort of extended branches, and like the sort of yellow veins in the ground. And like the smoke or steam or whatever it is. The blood of your fellows, the Erdtree faithful. Oh, okay, so... this immediately made me think of Gurman and and the doll. But that's probably not what they're going for here. I think we get to see this guy again in a bit. And I'll point him out when it happens. Yeah, but you get one of the best boss fights in Souls history at the end of the Ringed City, fighting Gale. So, I would say that the Ringed City has 4 bosses. They are all trash. Midir is the most trash. Adjudicator Argo is probably the second most trash, because it's like a sort of a lazy rehash, you know. Gale's probably the second best of the trash fights, and then Demon Princess, but only because they look kind of cool. I like this sort of underground jar city kind of deal going on. I also hope we get a lot more of this. I think that it would be a crime if the DLC did not have extensive dungeon crawling. It is all like, you could just give me the Eternal Cities procedurally generated dungeons. I talked about this in my Elden Ring 2 speculation video with Theo, or Quesadiv. Just give me that, I'd be happy. But yeah, this looks cool. This looks interesting. I'm wondering if we get that jar cannon, if they sort of integrate a way for that to be a real viable build. That could be cool. I'm also hoping for more dragon build options, but you know, we'll see. Acer woke up and chose violence. Hey man, I'm just telling the truth. Okay, I'm telling the truth, and you don't want to hear the truth. So that's kind of what's going on here. Okay, now everybody needs to give me 1 minute. I'm going to try one last time to set up my Bluetooth here. Connect. Because we may have a guest coming on. Allow. Okay, Bluetooth is here. Don't switch. What is this? Hello? Hello, guest?
Hello?
Hello?
Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Good.
Yeah, we're live.
We just mute the stream. There we go. Now it's not on like 30-second delay or whatever.
Oh yeah. Glad you joined me, Loki. Have you been watching or?
I came just in time to hear your bad Dark Souls 3 DLC take. So.
You mean my? Well, wow, whatever.
It's.
You always
Anyways.
make apologies for Dark Souls 3, man.
Well, because it's very easy to make an apology for it. It's actually good,
Wow.
unlike its predecessor.
Hey now.
Anyway, before we get hated by every Souls fan, let's actually talk about Elden Ring, okay?
Okay. Did you like this trailer?
Now keep in mind, I was really busy, so I kinda sorta didn't get to see it live. I kinda saw it like a few minutes afterwards and all that.
Oh,
I had
wow.
like a lot of distractions and stuff, so like it's everything decided to dump on me the day the Elden Ring DLC was announced, which I knew was gonna happen, but
Of course.
anyway. So yeah, but my general impression was, it was about what I expected.
It's good to have you here because now I can eat with impunity, and it's not just
Yeah.
like dead air for 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fill in all the gaps. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's cool. I liked it. I think it's got some neat stuff in it. Some new stuff that again was what I was hoping, but it's all within like what I was expecting. Like, okay, yeah, I wanted stuff. I wanted a DLC focused around Mikola and the Spirit/Dream World, and looks like we got that. So I can't complain.
That's true. I wanted climbing, and I got nothing. I got screwed, Logi.
Oh really? Well, you know, you win some, you lose some. You should join Gacha.
I keep losing, though. I feel like I lost a lot. We'll talk more about this in a bit, because I keep losing with this trailer. Let me show you. So,
All right. Lay it on me.
Oh, also, I should do a screen share, shouldn't I?
Does Loki have evil twin called Heike? No, unfortunately. I'm an only child. But if you want to be my adopted sibling, that'd be great.
What?
Then I have someone I can bully, besides Acer.
You can't bully me. Yeah, okay. So I'm screen sharing with you now, so that you don't have to wait for a 20-second delay or whatever to see the stuff. I love this sequence. I am very scared that this is one of those heroes' graves kind of deals, because it's like you can see it, right? You sort of see how this could be a hero's grave
Yeah,
area.
I can see it. Something like that, right? Yeah, it looks like a sort of dungeon crawling sequence. Just
Dungeon
looking at it in this-
crawling, I don't mind. I would mind it if it's another one of those lazy ass. Oh, here's the modular kit we used to design this one.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, they create like 20 dungeons and like 15 of them use the same tool set as the base game. It's just another like, you know, rearrange of that. I can totally see that. But I don't recognize those wall assets with the design. So at the very least, it looks like it might be retextured.
Yeah, sure, could be.
Also, obviously, this entire little thing with like the lava spilling sewer duct or whatever that is, that's also obviously new. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be exactly a hero's grave, but it does sort of look to me like it's some sort of like basement dwelling section, whether it's like underground or under an existing dungeon or something.
Do you think it could be like Isolith? This is an old swamp area they remapped to be a lava area?
No, I don't think so, because I feel like, based on what like Miyazaki said in the interview, that he already had like a decent idea of what the DLC was going to be about and was going to feature, and it's going to be kind of like a mashup, it seems, of the Bloodborne DLC and the painting world. And what I mean by that is like the idea of like you have all these ideas that don't fit into the main game, so we're just going to fit it into this dream world section where we can justify all of it by saying, oh, it's all a dream, it's using the powers of spirituality where it uses like soul data and stuff to, you know, create simulations of all these places and all these things that don't actually exist except inside this world, and things which once did exist but no longer because like America destroyed it all or something, right?
Yeah, I like that. They were never
I think
saints.
Yeah.
So
So my perspective generally on the trailer is that like we're not like most of this stuff is probably spoiling a whole bunch of stuff, but we're never gonna know it until we actually play the DLC. So it just kind of looks like random and out of context. So like I'm not gonna make too many assumptions about like narrative and like lore implications or things here before like, you know, we get the DLC out, which is allegedly in like June or something. So
June 21st. Logi,
Yeah.
I have a poisonous take.
Oh no.
I have a poisonous take, and I'll talk about it in a bit. But first of all, these coiled pillars, and you can see it in the background, this is the area I was talking about earlier. And you can also see the top of the castle is dying to, like, deathblight or whatever.
I'm not sure if it's Deathblight, but it's definitely crumbling, and it looks all in shadow. So, like, you see the clear contrast between, like, the area that's bright and lit in, like, illuminated in gold, and the upper side, which is, like, you know, that's presumably, like, the deeper area that we're gonna get to, like, as we, like, progress through this dungeon or whatever this is. And that's gonna reveal, like, the deep, shadowy underbelly that is hidden by that bright golden sheen or whatever, right? So there's clearly, like, Miyazaki clearly has a theme going. He announced in the interview that, like, there is actually a secret wordplay, you know, to the whole Shadow of the Erdtree subtitle, which, oh my god, what a shocker, right?
You know what
There's
would
gonna
be cool?
like
Give me, like, what if... Okay. I finished my fish, so now I can start talking again. What if this is connected to the day-night cycle? So, like, where the sun shines, it's gonna, like, look good. Where the sun doesn't shine, it's gonna start to wither. Obviously...
Ooh, that could be cool if it's something like they could, like, adjust it based on, like, time of day and where it does, but...
Yeah, and then,
I don't
like,
know, do they have
actually...
the technology for that, though, with their engine? Like, is that feasible?
From Software does not have the tech. That's not happening. But that could be, like, really cool, especially if it's a new area. Because it doesn't seem like this is just the overworld remap, sort of a retouched on. And if it's just this dream area, you could just have the Erdtree be in the middle, and wherever the sun is shining at it, you can always cast a shadow to do this sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I could also see it being something where, like, what you said is true, but they're gonna set the time of day so that way you're always gonna have certain parts of the game, of the world, the setting, the map, gonna be in light and others in shadow. So, like, I could see it like Far Missoula, for example. Like, Far Missoula, doesn't matter what time of day it is, they're always gonna set it at, like, a certain point.
Oh, hey, thanks for the $10, Ian. Loki will not be getting any of this money, by the way.
Yeah! I'm free labor!
Of course. What are friends for? Morgott holding a lion skull confirmed? We'll talk about that in a bit, too.
Yeah, that one. Also, someone's asking in the chat, okay, guys, big question. Do you think Mesmer is, 1, Godwin's consciousness, 2, a new independent villain / dreamed up version of Godwin? The second one, first option, new independent villain. The Miyazaki confirms in the interview he recently did that Mesmer is basically on the same level as like the other demigods, Radon, Godric, Melania, right? Like he's a character of that tier, and he's going to be another child of Marika. So basically he's another demigod, which again, that was another thing I was like, they're probably going to introduce another demigod. Like, I'm not expecting it, but that's something I can be like, yeah, that makes sense. There's going to be like some demigod that's mentioned in Martin's mythos, which wouldn't fit into the main game because of like whatever the history there is. And Miyazaki decided, oh, I can just do this for DLC when we get it. And then obviously now he gets to do it.
Logi, let's take the poison pill right away. Let's jump ahead a little bit now.
Oh boy.
You seeing what I'm seeing here?
I see red hair, golden eyes, dragon-like helmet. Looks kind of like, almost like a giant's flame in his hand.
Yeah, one eye open, one eye closed. Logi.
The Odin, I see.
I think this is the Glowmite Queen. I think they actually did it. I think they're gonna retcon the whole damn thing.
Glowmite Queen's actually a he.
Yeah, Glowmite Queen, more like Glowmite King. A king can be a queen. I think.
Why not?
I think.
I mean, if your female character can be a king, so why not?
I think this is. But like seriously though, I think this is. This could be Melina. Like the red hair.
I don't know about.
Well,
I don't know about that.
The eyes. I think it's like not her necessarily, but like.
I'm sorry, but that eye doesn't look gloam colored. Just saying.
Okay, but this is the normal eye. I'm thinking like this is like the body she left behind, absorbed into the dreamland.
I see. And you're thinking that it might be possessed by this new demigod named Mesmer?
It could be. I'm just thinking the worst thing they could do is to start retconning the Glowmite Queen stuff. And I think
I don't think they're
gonna
gonna do it.
it.
I think I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't. I think the final game, I was willing to entertain other theories besides Melina as the Glowmite Queen up until someone showed me the Chaos ending, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, she's obviously the Glowmite Queen. Like, the moment I saw that Chaos ending, I was like, oh, come on, Miyazaki, why? Like you're just going out, like you're not even trying to be coy about it.
Okay,
like
Logie, new theory, and you'll probably agree. Like, I don't know if you'll agree with it. What if this is Godwyn in Melina's in Ronnie's body? Right?
In Ronnie's body. That's an interesting idea.
Because like.
Okay, so here's the thing. Is that hair actually red, or is it just the light of the flame that he's holding?
It seems red. We have a concept art. Hold on, let's jump here. At the end. See, it looks pretty red. But this could also just be the helmet and the cape. It's kind of a bad image.
I see. It looks red to me, so I think it's fair to say it's red. Because I feel like if it was just the lighting, the hair on the hair on his left side would look a lot less, bright red. Like it would at least look darker or less faded because of the whole, how light works. So I feel like it's safe to say that it's actual red hair, which is going to be interesting for people because of the whole
drag queen.
No, because I think it's going to be interesting for people because it was understood that all of the hair with all the red hair comes from Radagon, right? So, does this mean that there is a child besides Miquella and Melania who was sired between Marika and Radagon? Because Miyazaki only says that this is a child of Marika.
Oh.
Never clarifies that means that it's a member of the golden lineage descended from Godfrey.
Oh, wait a minute. Ronnie is not Ronnie is Renala's daughter. Maybe
exactly.
He's talking about the spirit.
Because all Radon, Rykard, and Ronnie are all children of Radagon with Renala, and they're just adopted as demigods after Radagon marries Marika. So like they it's all because they're within the clan, but they're not like quote unquote by blood Marika's children.
He's got snakes. What if this is like a merger of all of them? So he's got snakes like Rykard. He's got one-eyed clothes like Melina. He's got the red hair.
That thematically working, yeah, that could totally be the case. I don't see why not. I mean, the thing is with the snakes is we're gonna have to. We are actually like there's a lot of blank spots on the lore regarding the snakes and stuff. At the very least, I have not done a deep dive on it, so I am definitely like not as familiar with that side of the lore on like the history and origin there. And they could add more stuff that could contextualize. Like maybe Mesmer was could be, let's assume like not even like the Radagon child aspect, but like let's say he is a child of like Godfrey and Marika, but like he was assigned before Rykard to Gelmir and maybe got wrapped up in helping lead against the rebellion by like the Glowmite Queen and the Immortal Snake and stuff like that. Like there's so many angles they could go with that, but now he's like turned to blasphemy or whatever, and he's got like some of those snakes from that time. Like I don't know, there's so many different ways you could take that.
It's interesting. All of the good Radagon. All of the good Godfrey Marika kids begin with G. Godric kind of sucks. But Like all of the Radagon kids begin with R, and all of the hidden shit kids like Moke, Morgott, and now Mesmer begin with M. Is that anything?
Huh. I mean, nothing would stop them from breaking any patterns, right?
Nah. Also, like Rykard is a pretty shit kid. He begins with R, but he's not hidden. He's just a loner. He's on his grind set, man.
I don't know. I feel like all
Melina.
the Melina. Yeah.
Well,
I feel
Melina
like
is the
all
Glow Might Queen, so it's like you have to hide her.
Yeah. I feel like all the demigod kids are just meant to. I should say. I think all like the America and the demigods are supposed to be like alluding to like Martin's name, right, with the GRRM. So I feel like as long as they have a name that starts with GRRM, they're happy, right? So
yeah. Anyways,
I don't think it really matters too much. Also, Wicker Man.
Yeah, the Wicker Man. This is a guy from Berserk. Friend of the channel. Posted about it on Twitter earlier. God dang it, where is it? Yeah, Moonlight Ruin was posting about this earlier. It's Berserk, Logi. Miyazaki has no ideas, but he does own a copy of Berserk, and he's not afraid to use it.
That's for sure. For sure.
Mesmer's a stupid name. Mesmer reminds me of the mule from Foundation. I don't know if there's any substance to that. He's just like a weird sort of freak guy going around screwing things up.
I think of the term mesmerize when I hear Mesmer, but I don't know if that's the actual origin of the name or if it's like a shared origin with something else.
You think Miyazaki has a more nuanced take? The man who named Eldritch? You think there's
Eldritch, Solar. Like,
you think there's some hidden depth there, perhaps?
There may be some hidden meaning there. It might be a little bit too like down deep into the weeds for us plebs, but I think if we just do we use we take our two brain cells and rub them really hard together, we might be able to find it out.
Oh yeah, what am I saying? Mikola begins with M, and Mikola is not a shit kid. And
we don't know yet.
Malenia was kind of a shit kid. Let's be honest.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know with Mikola. For all it seems like he abandoned everything to go on his little quest after, I guess Mesmer or whatever. So who knows? Yeah.
What if Mesmer? Loki, I'm having a lore theory. Okay.
Oh God, no.
Listen to this. What if Mesmer is like? Okay, so. The kids, it's always like this idea of binaries. You have Malenia and Mikola, they sort of contrast each other. There's that whole Radagon America thing. There's that whole how Godfrey, when you have two unities of things, it becomes the real thing. But Godfrey he has to get rid of Siraj and then he can finally be stronger. I'm thinking Mesmer, where do we tie him into that idea? That's a shit. That was a horrible way for me to explain the theory, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
My general perspective on the demigods and stuff is that they're meant to be used as vehicles to tell specific aspects of heroism and stuff. That seems to be the main theme that Miyazaki's focused on. Is what does it mean to be a hero? What happens to those who fail to become a hero? What happens to those who get rejected or called off? What are those who try and yet still fail? What about those who try and succeed? Or what are those who have the heroism and they're so desperate to keep it, right? I feel like those are the different aspects that Miyazaki likes to explore in Elden Ring, because I feel while he's always had heroes and heroism has always been center in his games, I feel with Elden Ring he really wants to kind of harp on that theme and image of the heroism and sort of that. I guess to describe it would be a feeling, right? That emotional feeling of oh yeah, I'm the hero, or he's a hero, right? That inspiration that you get related to that term. And I feel that's something that he wants to explore with Martin's mythos on Elden Ring. So
yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna work out though with this Mesmer figure, because we've already covered like a lot of different like archetypes of like the hero who fell from grace, the hero who's desperate held on to his title no matter what, the hero who turned to corruption and evil or something like that, right? Like there's so many like different like nuances that have already been explored. I don't know how Mesmer's supposed to fit into that right now, so that'll be interesting and fun.
Another theory: what if Mesmer is just the femto for Mikola?
I feel we already have Trina, so I don't think we're going to.
You can have 2 femtos.
I don't think so. Especially when you look at like the website. The official website describes it like, okay, so the official website basically describes it as kind of a thing where like, because the place is burned by Mesmer's flame, among other reasons, like the fact that this is where America had set foot on this place in the past. This place has like all these battles and things that are constantly happening that aren't really known about and stuff like that. That is the reason that Mikola headed there. Now, granted, there's still a question that even the website asks about why exactly Mikola is doing this. Like, what's the purpose?
Xavier.
Like, what's the end game? Yeah, what's the end game here?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any surprise twist that Mikola is actually like the demigod Mesmer, or there's like another like freaking like Radigan Maricus situation. I think we've had enough of those.
Chaotic Nart was like, Loki, tell them about the new evil twink. But I misread it and I thought it said, Loki, tell them about the raw evil twink. Because Mesmer, he's probably the rawest twink we've gotten from these games so far.
I'm surprised he's able to stand with that armor. He looks very frail, surprisingly.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go back to the chronology, to the Wicker Man thing. I don't know, this is like just a walking sort of embodiment of fire. Maybe some thorns going on here. I don't know. There could be lore attached to that.
Wicker Man's supposed to be like burnt offerings or something, so I could see this being related to Mesmer. Like this is like some like offering of all those who like rebelled against him or whatever in this land. Because it seems like he's supposed to be like the Shadow King of this place, both in the literal and figurative sense, right? Like that seems to be like the idea they're going with here. Like he's taken over this place. His fire is the one that's like like scourging the land or whatever. So I could easily see this being like a piece of his fire used as like a burnt offering of all these traitors, and they fill this giant Wicker Man who now serves as a guardian to like kill more traitors or whatever, and he's just wandering the lands, right?
Yeah, I also like the coiled fingers, like this little body's clinging out of this. It has, and like the sort of sun ray things on the head, it has vibes of like Deathblight. But it's weird because like on one hand you have Deathblight, which is like really prominent everywhere. You have fire, which is super prominent everywhere. It's just like all of these different elements.
Well, if you look at the hands, aren't those like hands and feet that are sticking out of the ends there, right?
Yeah,
like
I think these are like little people, like the rock.
Yeah.
Same with
that's what I'm saying.
This,
like I'm saying, it looks like it's supposed to be a burnt offering. It's probably related to like Mesmer's lore, if I had to guess. The face thing, the face thing looks to me like just a twisted symbol of the sun.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be that this is their way of fixing Deathblight. Like these corpses have it, so we're just gonna burn it off. We just need to get rid of this.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how much Deathblight's gonna play into this story. I mean, I'm biased. I think there's enough Deathblight lore in the main game, so I would rather they not put too much more in here. But
wait, we have a lore. We have Uncle Miyazaki said it's a weapon used in a war that took place in the realm of shadows. Well, there we go.
Makes sense.
They also said it. They're like, they just happen to be on the losing side of a war. So don't take pity on them. They're not saints. All right. Oh yeah, we have this nasty worm thing that eats us. I always feel like we need more enemies with grab attacks. What did you say?
It looks like the worm face, but without the worms. Because if you've seen the worm faces, like they have like a humanish head, but obviously they have the elongated neck and stuff, and like the ears are kind of sunken. And like when you look at the mouth, though, the mouth is like almost like a worm type of thing with the way like almost a perfect circle or whatever. And then you got all the worms covering it, so you don't really get a good look. But this looks like what happens if you strip them. Granted, it seems to actually crawl on the ground without feet, so who knows?
Is that lore or is that just reused assets?
Exactly. It could just be they took a base model, gave it a new feet, and then like moved on.
Okay. So that's another element that's really prominent in this trailer is the crucible. First of all, I like the eyes.
And for sure. Yeah, this is the lion dancer that's named in the interview. It's not the official name. It's something the interviewer brings up, and Miyazaki just goes with it. So I think he's trying to be coy about what exactly this is. But he does acknowledge this is from pre-Erdtree culture, which is very consistent with what we already know. It's now, if you don't know what lion dancers are, they're basically like you see this in like Chinese and Japanese, and I'm sure maybe in other Asian cultures. This idea of like you like dress up and cosplay as like a lion essentially, and then you go around and do these traditional dances. Like I recently did an HSR stream around the Chinese New Year, and we watched a video they did which had a very similar setup to this, where it's like, okay, they have this giant lion head with like this extended stuff, and there's like someone under it operating it.
Yeah, just vomiting death blight out of itself.
Yeah, and we see the person seems to like really be into the role. Like if you go back, you can see like how their like legs seem to flail, like almost like they're a worm, whatever, when they're doing the jump. So.
And just like has this tracking jump attack that then vomits death blight. This is so sus. This boss is gonna be such ass, chat. We're looking at complete garbage right now. Look at this. Oh yeah, I didn't notice. I thought that this was just a giant beast, but no, it's actually like an omen. And this is different.
I don't know about it there being an omen under there, but there's definitely someone operating it.
Well, he has like weird gray feet, man.
I mean, have you seen Mikola right now? He's not looking too hot right there.
Maybe that's Mikola under there.
It's Mikola under. Old, withered Mikola decides he needs to get a new look.
Could Mesmer be Moke and Mikola's kid? I don't want to think about that, man. That's nasty.
No. It's the child of America. That's confirmed. We can skip the crack theories there.
What if he's the kid of Moke and America? It's nasty.
You know what? You know what? You know what? Yeah, no. You know what? You're cooking. You're cooking too hard. It's burning.
Your lore too bad. They're gonna kill you.
No, but yeah, we do get confirmation that this is for comes from pre-Erdtree culture, which makes sense because we do have indications of the presence of Sarash in this pre-Erdtree, like before Godfrey part. So wouldn't be surprising if we see something like this. Would be interesting if this turns out to be like a section or a recreation of like the Sun Capital, because the Sun look at there on the floor. We also have the flower image. That's very important to note. In the background there looks like there's some statues that are above the doorway there, you can see. So
yeah.
That I don't know if those are copied from Far Missoula or not. It's too blurry, but that would be interesting to look at regardless. The flower imagery is of course important because we see this in both Lingdell and Far Missoula. Seems to give us this cultural continuation of the Elden Ring cultures, right? Also seems to be relatively close to the Shadow of the Erdtree, all things considered, based on.
It seems like there's a few people. Look at this. There's like Lex here standing on top of somebody else. It's like a guy's wearing a big trench coat fighting you.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have another pinwheel situation here.
Yeah. Oh my god. Do you think phase 2 they separate?
I hope not. That'd be a little awkward. You get one guy with the helmet and then like I guess two other guys with like just the cloak bits. Like.
Yeah. Vile.
It's like giant, like we fight the giant lion head, the giant lionum body, and the giant lionum hind legs, I guess.
Bro, that shield's not gonna stop that. What are you?
Listen, it's a fantasy game.
That's true. Okay, so here we have a tree sentinel, a dragon sentinel. What are we?
Is this not the lion boss still? Yeah, it's still the lion boss.
Oh yeah, so it is.
So it looks like phase 2, they're just gonna bring out the lion cauldron thing, which again is not shocking because again, especially if you read like my thesis on the subject, there is signs that there are connections to the, there's connections between not only the lion culture but also the larger dragon culture going on with Far Missoula and the Banished Knights and stuff here. So again, this wouldn't be too surprising. Also, I'm starting to see a clear image of those statues there. Again, I can't tell if those are reused assets or not. They kind of look like the saint statues we see though. Yeah. Which also is connected to the lore that we see in the pre-Erdtree history. So again,
I mean, if this goes back to some pre-Erdtree cult, I mean, this is a beast. So greater will beasts, you know.
Yeah, they would all be connected because again, just to like summarize my take currently on the history there, before we have Godfrey and Marika, and this DLC is basically promising that we're going to find out the circumstances to America becoming God and the Erdtree as we know it coming to exist. So
so it's my theory. It's that it's a dream version of the past again.
Well, Miyazaki confirms it's not past or future. It's going to be concurrent with the main story. But yeah, it's probably going to have, like... We're probably going to see some of these dungeons are going to be, like, recreations of past places in history. That would be my hope. And it looks like that's going to be the case, looking at all this. Or at the very least, we're going to have, like, some remnants of these past cultures being showcased. But, yeah, so to give, like, a short, brief summary, the idea would be essentially... my position is like sort of like the Erdtree sort of spawns from like Placky's god, like she goes dies in underneath Altus, and then that Elden Ring gets left behind and starts germinating the Erdtree, at least like the roots and things like that. And then that starts causing Altus to start turn gold and get some of all that going on, which creates certain cultures revolving around gold, the sun, things of that nature. And part of that gets catalyzed by some of the humans living in Farum Azula, leaving Farum Azula with Sarash and coming to settle into on Altus, and that's where we get like places like the Sun Capital and things like that. And that sort of creates the sort of like a dragon, lion, beast worshipping culture that's mixed with that sort of happening alongside this sun-focused culture that's developing on the plateau. And then eventually Marika and Godfrey come in and sort of ruin it all.
Yeah.
So all of this is consistent with that. We'll see how that plays out when the DLC comes out, of course.
The serpent. So Marika is like, has a spear to the side, Christian imagery, but not necessarily Christian meaning. The serpent. Is this a devil imagery, but not necessarily devil meaning?
It could be both. Like, there's nothing stopping, especially considering if we consider that Martin's the one who's like the primary writer of this mythos.
That's
like,
true. That's true.
The snake stuff could very much be, primarily with the thought of like, you know, the devil, the Garden of Eden.
Is that
stuff
why
like
it took so long for this DLC to get made?
No. They've confirmed that Martin did not write anything new for this. This was all stuff from the existing mythos that couldn't fit into the main game.
Dang.
Yeah, so Martin didn't write anything new here. Miyazaki, like I said, this is going to be like Painting World mashed up with Hunter's Nightmare. It's going to be a bunch of cut ideas that are going to be like just sort of like thrown together in a nightmare world type of scenario in order to justify it all. And it's going to help like fill in all the gaps and stuff that Miyazaki couldn't fit it with the existing story and setting.
So Mesmer stands up from his throne to start talking to us. Interesting that there was no throne, there was no extra chair for him when we fight Morgoth the Omen King. Morgoth.
For sure. Yeah, Morgoth. And I don't think in the story trailer there was an extra chair either in that. So the implication would either have to be that this character left the scene before the Shattering even happened, because there's mention of him being on par with the demigods of the Shattering, but there's no mention of him actually participating in the Shattering or having a great rune, at least that I've seen so far. Maybe I'm wrong.
True.
Maybe there's an interview that he's done out there that I haven't seen yet.
Okay, hold on. The cat just got tangled up into the cords. I need to move her. Get lost.
Cyber Ninja Zero, I mean, the serpent in the base game was such an obvious devil. Yeah, for sure. This very obvious devil imagery with the great immortal serpent there.
Yeah. Okay, so... Dragon armor.
What if they add one additional chair in the DLC patch? That is possible. Now, Miyazaki's confirmed there's, like, no new ending in the DLC that they're adding or whatever, but he does allude to, like, some small things changing or whatever to account for the DLC. So I don't know what that's going to be, but it could be that they add another chair that they didn't have there before.
Or have,
that's
like,
totally possible.
Or have, like, a secret area where you can find the chair. It's like, oh...
Of course, yeah.
It was hidden all along.
Yeah, exactly. Like they could definitely do things like that. Though my impression was that was more going to be like, oh, it's going to be like, you know, you beat the DLC and then you do the Sif boss battle and Sif recognizes you. I feel like it's going to be more stuff of that vein. Like maybe when you fight Melania, she's going to have different dialogue for when you fight her compared to if you didn't do the DLC or whatever. But she's still going to fight you, obviously. So I think it's probably going to be more like that. But who knows? We'll have to see when the DLC's actually out.
I think it's pretty definitive that he's Radagon's kid. I mean, he has an affinity with fire. He has the red hair.
We don't see the other kids have an affinity with fire per
No,
se.
but,
I
like,
mean, I guess
where would he-
Rykard post serpent, yeah, but
Yeah, but like, where would Mesmer get the affinity for fire if not from the giants? I'm just thinking, like, why is he here? Like, if he's a fire affinity, it makes a lot of sense for him to be like murdered or banished or whatever.
no, this could be another flame. This could be like some flame spawned from the shadow of the Erdtree itself, or something.
It could
like that.
be. Oh my God, Logi, we joked about this, but it could be the profaned flame.
Yeah, it could. It could. It could.
What else is going on with this? Oh, he's coming out of Balderkin. I just noticed. Balderkin.
Oh, with the
With the
yeah,
drapes.
with the drapes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something very. I mean, Balderkin's supposed to be like a bed, though, right? I forget what that word means. It's been.
It's
such a
the
long time.
it's the bed with these sorts of drapes over them, I believe.
I mean, this one's more like an audience chamber, which typically have drapes surrounding the throne and stuff. So that's not too crazy. But yeah, it's kind of very similar. Flame could be
I think it's
flame-
worth noting because we saw it over the Erdtree earlier.
Let's see, flame could be blood flame, huh? Cyber Ninja Zero does make a point. I don't know if blood flame though here, because going back, it looked more shadowy than bloody.
Yeah.
Correct.
Also, you have like these sorts of branches growing out of it.
Drew Wang is saying Balderkin can also be around a throne, so yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Bereft.
Let's move. a little
Radigan
bit.
has an extreme weakness to fire. Some people are pointing out.
Yeah, but like I don't see why that. Like he would have some affinity for it, no? Because he's a giant. Why would he not inherit that? I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad
no,
because
I-
my theories
yeah, I'm
aren't
not-
panning out.
Well, no, I'm not against the whole Child of Radigan thing. I just think we don't have enough info to say for sure, like where.
He
where
has
fits
red
in.
hair, man.
Oh no, I agree. I think it's a very strong indication. But like, we could also there could be like some weird plot twist or something where it's like, you see, one of Merika and Godfrey's children was implanted with a piece of the fell god's flame or some
Blech.
shit, and then from then on, his hair turned red and lost its gold. And
Hey,
lost
what if
something.
the last fire giant is his dad?
Wow, America, you love what you hate, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. What can I say?
What if he's Radigan's evil twin? I don't know if Child of Merika and Radigan's evil twin are compatible. I don't think so. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, like to my knowledge, Merika
then
didn't
Merika
sleep
would have
with
to
any of her other kids.
Merika would have to actually screw herself in order for it to be
Yeah.
Radigan's twin.
Maybe. Let's look out. Like, if this is the kid of the fire giant, does he have like a big eyeball in his stomach? Let's check it out, Loki.
Well, does he?
Inconclusive.
Loki, have you heard of the Ptolemies?
So bereft of life.
I don't know if there's
Also,
an eye
is-
there. Looks like chainmail to me. Or maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah. Is that a dragon eye or a serpent eye? Seems like a dragon eye. No.
Seems like I mean, it's serpentine. There's also like a dragon wing when you go back to the previous shot.
And he's
No,
He
like
also
go back
is-
to the previous shot. You can see a dragon wing on the left side.
yeah, sort of extending. He also we know there's a cut armor set that looks a lot like the thing he's wearing, but that's like draconic, whereas this is like serpentine.
Is that one of those things where it was like they hunted dragons and then made stuff out of their flesh? Because I could have swore that was in the final game, but maybe it's something else I'm thinking of.
I'm thinking about this. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's not that similar.
Yeah, I think this is something else.
Yeah, I'm reaching. Brother, I'm straight up reaching over here. You know? That's in the base game? Oh, well, that's embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest nerd in the universe, huh? What a shame. Anyways.
He's got a slit eye. Yeah, he's definitely got something that's serpentine. I'm not sure if it's necessarily draconic, but he does have dragon imagery at least. So there's that.
Yeah.
Would be actually okay. So hear me out. What if before? Well, wait, I'm trying to think about this. What about before Radigan and Merika actually got married? Like after Radigan married Renala, and like I don't know, like post Ancient Dragon War or during Ancient Dragon War, she went out and screwed Radigan to have a kid.
A bastard kid. Loki, I think Oh my god, what's the Japanese word for bastard? It's like kisado or something.
Mm-hmm. So
I think that word is in the trailer.
Is it? Because I actually haven't looked closely at the trailer text yet. I got on right before I was supposed to examine that.
Let's keep it in mind as we keep watching. I think there is one word. It's not translated as bastard, but it's like there's a word they use here, which in the Japanese version is like kisado, or however you say bastard, or like unwanted birth or whatever in Japanese.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same idea where you basically have a child that you don't necessarily want, or you have, and sometimes it can be relate to like foundling and stuff. So
yeah, kisado.
But like, it's used generally speaking for it's used generally speaking, especially in like Miyazaki's games, to refer to like monsters of like a general sense and things of that nature. So like, I don't know. If it's used here, I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
Siraj was in charge of keeping Godfrey in the cock cage. That's true. Hoping you're both wrong and that he's the result of Radagon and Renala's loving relationship. Oh, brother, no.
Wait, unfortunately, the interview's confirmed he's supposed to be a child of America, so we have to work with that.
Bereft of light.
Okay, these guys are fighting us with candlesticks.
Siraj was in charge of keeping Godfrey in the cock cage.
I just read that, man.
I'm just looking at that. I'm just like thinking, like, the image is hilarious to me.
So NTR confirmed.
Not necessarily. That is my crack theory that I'm throwing out there. New katana moveset. Yeah, that looks cool.
Spewing fire. Is there anything to the design of these enemies? It just kind of seem like withered, kind of gremlin guys. Oh, maybe omens. With those horns?
They have horns, but the thing is, like with the lion thing, we also saw horns, and we saw horns on the imprisoned lions.
That's true.
That the Erdtree Kingdom now uses. So this all could just refer to, again, pre-Erdtree, early Crucible era stuff. It is worth noting. Is there like golden glowy stuff on the walls in the back? This could be at the base of the Shadow of the Erdtree.
It might be. It might also just be like lighting in grass. Yeah, like look at that. It could just be a source of light in the background, lighting up a plane of grass. Here we have a throwing knife, another baldachin, sort of drape over the area.
Yeah, the whole map is covered in that drape, and drape. And Miyazaki confirms. He states outright that is supposed to be like used as like a symbol to denote how we're not in the lands between. We're in this new like lands in shadow. I'm currently calling it the lands shadowed, but I don't know what the official translation is going to be. But yeah, so there seems to be this whole idea of like a drape imagery. This idea that the shadow of the Erdtree is hiding something. So again, the obvious direction this could go in is oh no, the Erdtree is secretly really bad. There's some really dark and messed up stuff it's hiding.
Godfrey looks like he crushed Mad Hole in his prime, not gonna lie. He doesn't though. No. See, this is a misunderstanding. Women like a twink, like Radagon. They don't like muscular bros like Godfrey. Guys like a muscular guy like Godfrey.
Are you telling me you're calling Radagon a twink?
Compared to Godfrey.
Okay, fair enough.
Gee, Loki, come on. But that
I thought Erdtree was open. I thought Erdtree was openly bad. Maybe not openly enough to Miyazaki's taste.
Radagon is a twink, Loki. That's true. America keeps dating down. She's like first with super masculine chat, then with like twink Radagon. Next guy she marries would have probably been a femboy. And she was like, no, this cannot be. And so she shattered the Elden Ring.
Demands to marry, contacts Gwyn over in Lordran. Demands to marry Gwyn.
I saw this kid, name of Gwendolyn. What a babe.
I see through those fake boobs.
Some Saint Trina stuff here. Pink butterflies.
Saint Trina, huh?
I'm just thinking
is it
color.
The player? Or is that supposed to be Rodrigo?
Oh, I'm not saying her. I'm saying like the magic she's casting.
Oh, you think it's Saint Trina related? Isn't Saint Trina stuff usually like a pale blue or something like that? So,
It's like pink, pale blue, pink kind of thing.
I don't know. I feel like when I think like pink and reddish colors, I think more along the lines of Melania and Rot.
Sure, but this doesn't give me Rot vibes. Like, what's that sword? That the Saint Trina sword that puts enemies to sleep. That has like a pink effect, if I'm remembering correctly.
Oh, really? Okay, because I've never used that sword, so that's totally possible. Also, are those lion statues in the background? Again, kind of very consistent with what we've already seen.
Yeah, seems like it.
Like maybe horn lions? It's hard to tell because the butterflies and petals. Yeah,
There's
those look
a
like horn
horn
lions. Yeah.
Oh, also
Again,
the screen sharing, Loki. I can hold on. I'm sharing the screen with you in 720p. I can fix that.
Yeah. Looks like that's
I
a
need
fountain.
I need
sorry,
to pay
not
money
fountain.
for that. So I'm not fixing it.
You cheapskate. So this
But there's
looks
a better
like,
image of it.
This looks like a garden area, like a courtyard, and at the centers there's this tree, and it's surrounded by like the planter and the these horn lion statues here.
Mhm.
So, again, all consistent with this idea of we're going to be exploring the past of like Altus and Lingdell and stuff like that.
Sword is
Getting to
purple.
see, like,
Chat is on my side, Loki.
what is purple?
The sword.
Oh, okay. The sword is purple.
Marika was like, I can fix him to Godfrey, then tossed him aside after she tamed him and he wasn't sexy anymore. That's true. A woman will tame you and then say, you're not the man I married. And then she'll start sleeping with Radagon. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, people are saying this looks just like this color, so okay, then yeah, maybe
Yeah.
we'll be Trina stuff then.
Face, Loki. Don't trust Loki's opinion on colors, he's blind. You have your sad 144p stream. Your Finnish
Listen.
internet is in the toilet. That's
Don't
what
worry,
happens
I'll
when you
survive.
try to watch my streams in the sauna all the time.
The sauna?
Maybe it's a new type of magic. Yeah, could be.
Oh, someone's bringing up the idea of Mesmer representing the smoldering butterflies. That's cool. That would be interesting.
Ooh.
Because we already have the idea is already we got obviously the rot butterflies from Melania, the what are they called? Like the pupa butterflies, or I forget what the English is called. With the vermicola though, right? And then the smoldering butterflies. I know a lot of people were connecting that to Melania, but now we can potentially connect that to Mesmer. So, this is something that's worth pointing out. There is a a grave with smoldering butterflies right next to the minor Erdtree church where Marika was performing her research, which ultimately led to Golden Order fundamentalism. And a lot of people were thinking that might be related to Melania because her research and stuff and the minor Erdtrees all happened post Glowmide Queen incident. But what if, in actuality, it's actually about Mesmer, and this is like some like quiet burial for him? Again, this would also go with the idea that he would be a Godfrey and Marika child, but that that might play out. That might be like a subtle hint to what the DLC would be elaborating upon.
Could be.
That's an interesting
I had never
angle.
heard this butterfly theory. To me, they're just like annoying little creatures I
Oh
sell.
no. Oh no. It's not like oh yeah, whenever you see these butterflies, they're like secretly like, agents of like the demigod or whatever. Generally it's just like thematic or symbolic, right? Because the idea would be with Melina, because she sacrifices herself to get burned. My only problem with that theory was the fact that you didn't necessarily have to burn her.
Melina,
but from
Loki.
Melina, sorry, I'm saying Melania. Melina, my bad.
Chat is
Too many
fuming. There's like 4 corrections here.
It's all M names.
Nascent butterfly.
Yeah, nascent butterfly, that's the one. Thank you.
All right, let's see what's next.
But yeah.
Yeah, and like the enemies are falling to sleep when she casts that. Check it out, Loki. Sleep. Or maybe they're
Wait,
just
is that
used-
sleep or are they just getting hurt? Like, go back a little. Go back to that last frame.
it's sleep, man.
I assume it's sleep, but like... Yeah, I think that's sleep. They kind of act like almost they got hurt, but it looks like a sleep animation.
Yeah,
in
but
slow
also
mo.
like they have such wibbly wobbly bodies anyways in these From games that like maybe like because they fall quite a ways down, but it's like I don't know, maybe that's just how they get hit.
More sleep enemies would be nice just to make sleep resistance worth the shit.
Stop swearing on my damn channel, Loki.
I'm sorry.
I can't censor you now. I can't censor you live.
Damn.
Here we have Johnny Kickfighter. There's also some emblem here above the doorway.
In a boss fight too. Yeah, there's some sort of emblem above the doorway. There's another banner.
Is this a boss
on the
fight
side
or is this
there.
outside the boss room? This guy doesn't look that formidable.
I don't know. This could be one of those. This could be one of those. What do you call it? From Demon Souls, the not Tower Knight, Penetrator type boss fights, where the boss doesn't look.
It's kind of an open area, so probably.
Could also be a fight where it's like an early boss fight, but then later becomes like a normal like elite mob or something.
Yeah. I like this. Player character can pick up these gigantic bombs and throw them around. Also a good shot of the trees.
Is it going to be a consumable, though, or something you can just find out in the open world, is my question. Because they could be like, super big firebomb, new item.
It's a lot like in Zelda, you know? Big bomb.
Yeah. Definitely has that feel to it. So there's like
also
this
like
here.
oh my god, look, check this out. He threw the bomb. It's like this whole thing, and the enemy just like he's still walking, not even reacting, just still walking, shield in hand. Like this is such an ass attack. This attack sucks. I would expect nothing less.
It's gonna scale off like your luck stat or something.
I presume you too are keen to know, mate. NPC?
I like the crossbow.
You too.
Yeah, these are all going to be NPCs. The interview says we're going to like be able to find a lot of people who are similarly chasing after like trying to like trace Mikola's footsteps through this place, right? Yeah. And some are going to be friends, some are going to be foes. So I fully expect that we're going to get like tons of people who are going to talk to us and try to tell us about like their journey, what they're looking for, and then like inevitably backstab us as they're trying to like get ahead of us after we like do like 90% of the legwork.
Yeah, I also I would like to see these characters threaded into the main story as well. Don't have the DLC necessarily be the first time I meet them. I like, again, Crucible imagery here. Really cool, really cool.
Is that Crucible, though? Or is that just, like, the Page crossbow thing? Because do we ever get... I don't think we ever get to use the Page's triple crossbow, do we?
I'm just thinking, it kind of looks like that sort of Crucible glow effect. But now that you...
Yeah, I think that's the same thing when they use... I don't know about the flame thing we're seeing, like, right in front of the character model, but, like, the other stuff reminds me a lot of when they do the perfuming, like, crossbow bolt shoot.
Yeah, it could be that.
But wait, is that... Okay, but is that... Actually, no. Go back again, because... Oh, no, okay, no, we're looking at the character is shooting in the background, and the flame is, like, when it hits impact. Okay, that makes sense.
You, too, are keen to know.
Yeah, because it's going... Yeah, okay. It's someone shooting at the person, and they're blocking and stuff. So this could be like an NPC that we're gonna have to kill. Could also just be like a generic, NPC enemy or something, kind of like Anastasia.
Yeah.
Though this
Give
one
me new and improved crafting. Y'all are so bad at this. I know. Of course we are. I just came home from work. I'm so tired. Hold on.
Or Dark Moon Lord, please. That could happen. We do see like Karya stuff in the trailer, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We have that lady from the Carrion inverted hourglass thing statue.
We also have this like room bear roar thing. New dragon attack, room bear head. Finally get the confirmation that was cut before the release. Room bears are dragons.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is no, thank you. I don't like that.
Look at that. Look at the copy-pasted assets. We got some of the Sun Capital graves with the additional grave assets they use in the main game, and they just kind of molded them together. That's neat.
Draconic bear. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a From Software DLC if it's not filled to the gills with reused assets. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Nice sort of fight here.
I
Little
like
Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, I like this outfit a lot.
Yeah, he's got like a cool sort of.
It's like a cool little dancer's dress. Watch that be Tanith's like dress before she became Rykard's consort.
What's the male version of this outfit be complete garbage?
Well, it's gonna be the same thing except probably like bare-chested because no boobs.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, but like I like how I like the colors here. This looks fine.
They promise it's gonna be larger and more diverse than Limgrave, so I assume it's gonna be at least Liurnia sized.
Okay, so
this is again closer to the base of the Shadow Tree. So
purple
and
lightning,
now we
space stuff.
Typically when we see typically
Gravity
when
magic?
we see like this type typically when we see this type of purple lightning, it tends to be in relation to gravity magic. So that's possible. Have we seen this enemy or like an enemy in similar armor earlier in the trailer though? I don't think so.
I don't remember earlier in the trailer. He has like a weird sort of. It's kind of like a. I don't know.
Yes, his helmet's definitely distinctive.
Yeah, it's like the top of it kind of made it look like a samurai helmet.
Is that the gravity crest on the boar helmet thing? Go back a few frames.
Ooh,
Yeah, see? I don't know if it's the exact crest, but it kind of reminds me of it looking at it from a distance, but it might be something else entirely.
Yeah.
There's also more like ruins and stuff in the background. I'm seeing also more yellow trees and stuff in the background, which again makes sense if you're close to the base of the Shadow Tree. We're gonna find even the conifers are turning gold, much like on Altus. Plus, if this is supposed to be like a recreation of like past Altus, I would expect something like this. So.
Also, a lot of smoke, a lot of Deathblight, Logi.
Again, I don't know if it's Deathblight. It could be something related to Mesmer specifically. Like, I'm hesitant until we see, like, something that's very clear, like, oh yeah, that's just, like, the Deathblight cloud thing we always see, or whatever.
Okay, here we have
This
another some of the worst imagery I've seen. We're gonna have to fight this thing on a horse, and it's gonna have this horrible tracking animation. It's just gonna be a terrible, terrible enemy to fight, man.
I don't know what you're
Deathblight is
talking
black
about.
and yellow. Yeah, that's true. But like the smoke, I'm more thinking about.
Yeah.
I think they put your mom in the game.
Ouch.
They're gonna add Mesmer sitting down in the background of Rykard cutscene.
Just during the Rykard cutscene, he's just there in the background. He doesn't say anything. He's just sitting there in the background, like he's out of the depth of field, so you can't even see him clearly, but he's there.
The smoke is black and yellow too, is it? Oh, I guess it is. Could be. I mean, also just like all this smoke I'm talking about here, it could just be fog. I'm maybe overthinking it.
Even when the base game comes, and we'll know. Because again, there's no denying that the Erdtree is being corrupted to some extent by Deathblight. So it wouldn't be surprising if this Shadow Tree is is at least in some part also corrupted by Deathblight.
I love doing these streams with you, Logi, because neither one of us plays these games. That's not true. I actually just played Elden Ring like a couple of months ago, so I'm in tip-top shape for this.
I am always playing it at least once a week.
Oh yeah, it's vile.
I just haven't beaten it.
Ugh. These are bad at video games, man.
Yeah, just so bad. I just don't know how to do it, man. I mean, I'm at this like boss fog thing, right? And it's got like apparently like there's like a Malakath boss on the other side, but like I just don't know how to enter, man. I'm just like keep on like running my character at it, but it just won't let me go through. Fog's too thick.
You're supposed to go and get your big brother, and he'll show you.
But I don't have a big brother, Chad. Who wants to be my big brother?
That's your problem. That's your problem, Loki.
Oni-chan.
Oh god. Cursed. This enemy I love.
Does the character use a similar attack in like a screenshot or something? So
don't we fight?
I remember seeing something.
Don't we fight Midir in this area too?
Oh, are we talking about the with all the stalactites and stuff? This actually looks like the area where we fought the two gargoyles.
That's true.
That's what I think of when I
feels a
look at
bit
this.
more. Feels a bit more cramped, but could be.
Could
but
be
like
just.
I love
mean,
this
that could be
enemy's
for a lot of
design. He's
things.
got like a lame ass melty horse, and his head is just like a.
They took the Leonard model and said just chop off the legs and just like there. Also, I
finish
love
the
the little
game,
like
Loki.
I like the never. I'm gonna keep the meme alive. I only have to wait for like 4 more months. I can stall. I'm running out of things to screenshot though, so the stalling is getting tougher. So let's see. I also like the humanity little wisp head thing that it's got going.
Yeah. This could be my. This guy could be my favorite.
So wait,
thing in the
go
trailer.
go back. Are those leaves when it summons like the thorn branch things? Like again, wait till it like comes out. Stop. Those
yeah.
no, those look like those are the crystals. So yeah, that's probably a crucible creature of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be some sort of like crucible thing for sure.
Totally.
Some creature that evolved to like master the powers of the crucible, so it can grow stuff out of it at will or something.
Is this guy like impaled with this fragment of the Elden Ring, or what is this?
I mean, this looks like several.
Oh, wait,
bits
we
are
actually.
impaling it.
I was going to talk about this. Look at this emblem on his cloak.
Yeah. Is that the same as the portrait?
Yes,
So it's supposed to be the same guy.
I think so, because he's also wearing like yellow cloak.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the same person.
And this is like Fia or somebody. Some
I don't know if
deathbed
it's Fia.
Well,
I don't know if
somebody
it's-
who's like a deathbed companion. She has a hood on.
I don't know.
She has a hood on.
I don't know.
She has a hood on, Loki.
Listen, there's a lot of people with hoods on, okay?
Nope. Only Fia and the
Only
deathbed
Fia.
companions.
Fia's the only person who ever discovered the miraculous piece of fashion known as the hood.
This guy Def looks dead. He's not dead though. He's trying to drag
Yeah.
his spike out of himself.
Yeah. It's something's keeping him alive. He could be a past king.
Well, they're talking about those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. So he's,
Yeah, but there's no guarantee that anything that we see in the trailer is actually going to correspond with what the narration is. Cause,
sure, but it has in some instances here. Like when they were talking about like, oh, they just happen to be on the losing side of a war, and this is like a machine of war, and it's like here's the people that were in the losing side of the war, and it's like, could be.
Well, yeah, but to use that logic, then all that tells us, it's talking about the grace of gold. So this is a guy who has the grace of gold. Doesn't necessarily mean he died of losing it then, because that would be like the opposite of what we're seeing here. We clearly see him being nailed with lots of gold stuff.
Yeah, but he's like stripping the grace of gold out of himself. Maybe that's what this is.
Maybe.
And he wants death because this thing is keeping him alive, and he doesn't want to live anymore, Loki. He doesn't want to live in a world where people are talking favorably about the Ring City DLC in his in his chat.
Well, granted, isn't like Mesmer called Mesmer the Impaler in some like promotional stuff? So
Yes.
it could just be like this is like someone that he's like punished who like was maybe in charge here. Maybe like a guard. Maybe it's like America put a guardian in charge of this Shadowland to protect it or whatever. Then Mesmer came in and like punished this guy with like eternal torment with the gold he so loved. I don't know. I'm spitballing.
This doesn't feel well, I mean, I guess he's impaled by the whole spike thing, but I feel like Mesmer has that moniker because of his spear.
I would think so too, but I don't know. I feel like it could be that he like makes he's made an example of like some previous person who was in charge here.
Maybe.
Yeah, the biggest question is who the woman is. Like you said, if it's a deathbed companion or something else entirely.
Yeah.
Because presumably whoever that person is going to directly correlate to whoever the woman that's like almost like standing next to him is. Could be could be Marika, could be anyone really.
I've seen it pointed out that Mesmer's spear is the same seen on the impaled giants. He was
Is
there.
it?
He was there, Loki.
Is it though?
He has seen it.
know.
He has seen it said.
Oh, it's been said.
Yeah, he has. So I've seen it pointed out that Mesmer's
Oh, no,
spear.
you've seen
Drew Wang said that. You
Okay.
You're contradicting the Wang man.
I don't know. I haven't seen
Wang?
exhaustively every little thing on this yet. So I've only seen one interview and looked at the website so far. So I'm gonna have to still do more deep dives to make sure that I cover every bit of fact.
The woman's headpiece looks kind of like the Mimic's veil. A spear kills Rykard.
Okay, so Drew is clarifying that he saw that somewhere else, but he didn't think of it himself. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's been confirmed anywhere then. Yeah, it didn't look like it to me. Like I didn't recognize it as that. Can we go back to like that symbol on like the website or whatever?
Can we go back to
don't worry.
what did you say?
No, I think I have the web page open. So let me.
No, tell me. What do you want to say? I'm just joking.
No, I want to see that art again because I think we get a better look at the spear there. Because my first thought was it looked like the spear was made of people or something on the tip. Maybe I'm crazy.
Tip.
Yeah, the tip, just the tip.
Just on the tip. You want the whole spear, Logie? You want just the tip?
I'm not much into spears, thank you.
That's true. That's what everybody says about you. Here we go. Yeah, it seems like could be humans. Could just be anything though. Could be like I don't know, a golden representation
like
of fire.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see that like someone fashioned it out of metal or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't the same design as what we see with the spear thing. I get what they're saying because there's that same like hook thing. But with all the dragon imagery, this could honestly be like a refashioned cross spear concept from Dark Souls. You know, get the added leverage by holding the levers there in order to like dig into dragons. Because again, if this is like a character that comes from the Ancient Dragon War, that could, one, be very useful in helping us pin it down. Currently, my thought is the Ancient Dragon War is post-Radagon and Renala's marriage, so after the Earning Wars and before Godfrey leaves. But this could recontextualize the timeline for that.
Yeah. And now we have that badass fight between us and Mesmer. I think I'm gonna beat Mesmer in my first attempt.
Well, my question is, can he become a Desert? That is all I need to ask.
Can he become...
No, can he become a Desert? Just walk in, take the drought, do an infinite mana Comet Azure, and there, boss down.
Oh, Comet... I thought... Comet Azure, the attack. I thought you were asking me, can he become an Absurd or something?
No. Well, he would become absurd if he gets Comet Azure, that's for sure.
His design is kind of absurd.
It's definitely,
wait,
it's definitely one of the more out there ones.
We're gonna get a better look at his spear. I think it's fire.
I don't know. I'm just seeing a bunch of pixels right now.
Yeah, it's too much movement.
Let me check on your stream.
You're not getting a better image, not yet at least.
Yeah, it's still blurry. It's not. At least it's not pixelated.
Now it's a fire effect on it. Oh, but hey, he spawns conveniently a bunch of other little fragments of his spears out of the ground. Let's see if we can get some of those.
True.
Yeah, there we go. It just seems like it's fire. You can see here on the side. I don't think there's anything more to it.
Uh-huh.
Also kind of connects to like Impaled, a lot of different tips, little tippy daggers. One-shot AoE. Mesmer's scale armor reminds me of the scale armor on the Black Knife Assassin's gear. Could be. What if he's the guy who killed Godfrey? Godwyn.
Yeah. We don't have any demigods directly stated to be involved in the assassination, and the opening cutscene doesn't show a Mesmer-like figure either, and I think all the assassins are supposed to be women, so it'd be a little weird, but I mean, it's a conspiracy, you never know, maybe he opened the door for them. It's like, hey, Godwyn, let me in! It's your bro, Mesmer!
Chad is theorizing that he could be a foreskin apostle. Let me tell you something. If they had taken my foreskin, I would have also become like this weird guy who just like attacks people and burns everything.
The Godskin Apostles are supposed to be like artificial, I think, so I'm not sure if that jives with Child of America, so...
That's true.
His title reminds me of the Impaler's Catacombs in Weeping Peninsula. I have to double check, actually, see if Impaler's the same term there.
Little bro is stealing Rykard's style. I'm Rykard, but better.
I'm not gonna lie, he does look better than Rykard.
Yeah.
Rykard has a cool design, but like this guy's got more swag, I think, with the snakes. He's just very weird because like he has like this exposed leg thing going. It's like why?
Yeah, and also like his chainmail armor is like snakeskin.
Oh my god, you're right.
Nasty.
Come now.
Touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. The Shadow Realm, they call it. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Acer, the Godskins are the ones who take people's skins, though. I know. But I'm talking about him.
Yeah, but the Realm of Shadow, I wonder if that's going to be the official name for this place. Like, we have Lands Between and Realm of Shadow. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the official localization for it.
He looks like an amalgamation of every critter in the Lands Between. Yeah. Yeah, Realm of Shadow could be the name.
He's obviously Renala's child. Look how tiny his head is compared to his
Oh, yeah, he has a grab attack. Just what I want. Okay, Logi, you can see a perfect image of his spear right there.
I'd love to, except it's all pixelated, so I have to wait for your thing to catch up. Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah.
Looks...
Man, what a horrible body that guy has.
Yeah, I'll be honest. He's gonna be one of the weirder boss fights, I think. Just looking at him.
And travel to the realm of...
Oh, wait a minute.
Come now. Touch the withered arm.
Okay, he's gonna summon fire on us. Are you noticing there's like flower petals or something coming out of his fire? Am I wrong?
This just look like sparks of embers to me.
It could be. I love this. I love this attack. Look, this is literally
lifting us
me.
up with the sweep.
No.
Oh, you're
this.
using the. Okay. Again, I'm a little behind on your stream because of the.
Yeah, you are.
Because of the pixels on your screen share. There we go, though. Yeah, I'm not surprised that incantation made it in, right?
Yeah.
It looks a little different from how when the Crucible Knights use it, but who knows? Maybe it's just them like updating the effect or something.
We probably had to tweak it a bit for the player, you know?
Yeah, probably. But like, I'm not surprised. Like, I saw that, I was like, it's the only Crucible incantation from the Knights that we don't get. It's obvious in the DLC they're gonna add it, so I'm not surprised to see it here, especially at the end where they're like, you know, really highlighting it.
Where the F is Godwin, everyone just forgot about him.
He's dead.
Godwin. Bro thinks he's on the team. What if Mesmer is Ronnie's OC come alive? Could be. I have not given up on the theory that he is a merger of Ronnie and Godwin.
Oh.
He's like the soul and the body that were abandoned mixed together.
Oh boy. The grapple guild of a Scarlet Rod just because.
This is so cool. Look at
Man,
this.
I can't wait to see it in 30 seconds.
Maybe meet again.
Okay, I'm going back to the screen share.
Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. I like Elden Ring's font. I think it's a good font.
Yeah, I like it. It's kind of basic, but it's good. It functions. It has the nice cracks to it.
You're basic.
Yeah, I'm a basic bitch.
Don't swear on my stream, Loki. God damn it.
Don't tempt me!
And who's this?
Oh no, Nicola!
Mikola's like, hey, look at this. There's like a phantom tree behind it.
Yeah, this is gonna be like Mikola at the end of the DLC after we beat Mesmer, and he's gonna like, I shall now purify all of Mesmer's corruption to the Erdtree. Oh!
But don't worry, this effect will only exist in the Shadow Realm. You won't notice that different in the real world.
It will be many centuries since before this will actually affect your reality.
This is just bullshit, man. This is just like, oh, you need to give me the correct paint so I can paint a new world. Come on, man. Yeah, but here you see the trees sort of embracing one another. I used to think that one of the trees was like coiled around the other trying to crush it. I don't think that's the case anymore. This imagery is like, this tree's like they're trying to hugging or whatever.
It looks to me like it's just one tree and it's just split into like two like main branches.
Olive trees. Did you know about that?
No, I don't. I don't. I'm not into tree lore.
So I think Ziostorm or maybe Tarnus Archaeologist pointed this out to me on Twitter, but it's like grafted olive trees, grafted.
Like trying to have two trees put together.
Yeah, apparently
Okay,
that's how.
I think I've heard similar things. Then yeah, I didn't know it was olive trees though.
Yeah, I think you do that to olive trees. And it like connects to the theory of grafting and all that, you know, yeah. You lie, Loki.
I mean, we'll see. It honestly though looks like just like one tree to me though, so we'll see. If it's grafted, it could work.
How does this look like? Like you have one tree that's just like this whole beam here. Obviously, you're watching it in like 1040.
I can't see. Yeah, I can't see your mouse.
And then you have this tree coming up here. Chat,
No,
can you just tell Loki that he's wrong?
Yeah, sure. Chat, tell me I'm wrong.
It looks like 2 to me. More tree lore.
We'll see.
It's Halleck tree.
Because you can see, look, because you can see a continuation. Like, see where that big like arm thing that that's quote unquote hugging the other one. You can see a continuation of the lines. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but you can see a continuation of the lines for the tree stuff. So I think it's just trees like twisting around each other as one entity.
Yeah, it's that sort of double helix imagery we see so much of in Elden Ring.
It's true. We also see a lot of that that swirling double helix like imagery in this DLC, so that's totally possible.
Loki, they are crucifying you in chat right now. And here we have the shadow of the Erdtree again. And all of the key visuals. We have spears and fire.
Okay, there. This is what I wanted to look at earlier. So yeah, we got the Morgoth throne thing. We've got Mesmer sitting in it. We've got this like war-torn corner here.
We have a better image. If
we see more spears here, which fit with the whole impaling thing.
Yeah, I'm also thinking. I would like to get this image in 4K so I could zoom in on the effect on his fire, because it seems like it has some unique
it has like some shadowy stuff going on with it.
Yeah.
Again, I assume Mesmer's gonna somehow tie into the actual like shadowy look to this shadow tree back here. I don't know if that's like he drew power from it or like he corrupted it or something, but I assume it's all connected to that. More drapes, yeah, more drapes.
He gets his power from the corruption of the Erdtree. He's like some kind of parasite, this guy is. But yeah, like Impaler, Vlad Tepes kind of deal, except he has snakes instead of dragons.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I want to look into the term and see if there's any like Japanese equivalent online in the discourse, because the term impaler in the term impaler in the Japanese is more literally like impaling lord or the impale lord. They do the same thing for Arstor in Dark Souls 3 when they call him the impaler, right? And that was Lord Arstor, right? Same kanji and everything. So like,
is it the same word they use for penetrator?
No, that would be a different term that means like penetrate or pierce. But like
I don't think gay Twitter could handle this guy being called the penetrator.
Listen, I honestly don't care. The whole impale thing was the whole impale thing though. If they're going for like a Vlad Tepes angle, I can totally see them us seeing like a bunch of spears with like people impaled on them throughout the thing. Which, hey, that's also like the painting world of Ariamis.
Miyazaki has the one idea. It was a good idea though.
It was a good idea. He just got to keep recycling it. I like the one like standalone giant pillar in the background, by the way, right? Like you have all these like tiny ruins and stuff, but then you got the one giant pillar column right there.
Oh yeah.
Just sticking it straight into the sky for no reason.
Yeah. There's probably some lore to be gleaned from his chair. Again, I feel like we really need a 4K sort of blow up of this image, because there's like little guys on the chair here. It's like some artistry.
Well,
here,
the chair is supposed to be the Morgoth chair, so.
Is it?
Yeah, that Miyazaki confirms that it's supposed to be the same chair when we fight Morgoth.
Okay.
I don't know if that means it's supposed to be the Elden Throne itself, or just one of those smaller chairs we see in the fight. I have to look at the details again to compare. I remember them both having some similarities in design, so I have to look to be doubly sure. But yeah, it's supposed to be one of those chairs.
Mesmer the Dicker. Mesmer is power bottom. those legs
Yeah,
are
yeah.
made for riding. There's a lot of contentions. I feel like Mesmer plays. I feel like Mesmer has the vibe of a guy who can play both angles. You know, I don't think Mesmer locks it down.
The screenshots on the website I remember is showing us some of the ancient civilization ruins too that were being reused. So looks like we might get like a bunch of different cultures and stuff, getting more lore on them potentially. So that'll be cool. You also see like a waterfall in the background and stuff with more ruins and things. So yeah, like you said, if we get a 4K image, we might get to see even more. But
do you think there's the serpents here, because Gwendolyn also had serpents? Do you think there's some idea there with like this sort of, I don't want to say degenerate, but sort of like this sort of the bloodline just sort of diffusing?
yeah, diluting of the lineage.
Yeah, and it's like snakes being used to sort of represent that or something.
Well, he has so much dragon imagery, so I think the fact that snakes are so closely associated him with as well definitely sort of show that there's some sort of like, lesser derivative thing going on there.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it'd be the same thing as Gwendolyn, like he like descends from dragons or something like that, but
Yeah.
I definitely could see there being what we know about Mesmer seems to be like he's got this power related to like the shadow and flame, right? He's got red hair. He's got a bunch of like armor related to dragons and stuff. So really the question is this stuff he's adopted now that he's like king of this land, right? Or is this something like that goes like well before that? Like he already was wearing this. He was already into like dragons and stuff before then. Does it tie into his larger backstory? That I think would be the big question that we have to wait till the DLC to answer.
2 serpents, 2 fingers? Question mark. Do you think there's anything? I don't see anything relating to the fingers in this trailer.
Yeah, no, I don't see it either. Because the fingers are one entity too.
Yeah.
This looks like these. I don't know if they're separate snakes or maybe it's like a caduceus or whatever, right? It's actually like one snake with 2 heads at each end or whatever, right? So, I don't know.
Frampton Koth confirmed. Do you think he could be Placidusax's son? I'm basing that on nothing, by the way. Just that he has a dragon wing.
Listen, if you think that Marika is Placky's god, why not? Right?
Oh, yeah. Because, like, dragons can take human form. We know this.
Someone's asking about, did we already get to the part where it said that this was where Marika first set foot? I couldn't find anything in the Japanese which correlated to that statement exactly, though there is something similar where it says the place where like Marika like stepped down upon, descended, went down to. There is a term like that. It's terms like say when you're like dismounting from a horse, you would use that type of term to you get off or you get down from it, right? So it could be referring to just the idea that this was the place, because it's supposed to be the place where she became a god. And maybe the localization sort of alluding to the idea of, when the god Marika first stepped down, like this is where she first stepped down to become god or something like that. Because the English description to this trailer and the Japanese website have some like similarities where you're like, okay, it's clear that they're working from the same source text to some degree. And I think that's where that first step down comes from. First set foot upon or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the statement about how, like the English says here, divesting himself of his flesh, his strength, his lineage, of all things golden. Something similar is said here on the website, where it's like his golden body, his power, his destiny. He forsook them all. Which, the destiny part's especially important, because I recall, like, destiny was like a super big thing in Miquella's lore in the base game. So, seems to be the idea that maybe he was, like, working on his Erdtree project, but then he realized something and ended up, like, giving all that stuff up and leaving his, servants to, what we see in the main game, right?
Yeah.
So it's quite possible that like all of this was this was like according to plan.
So he has this emblem here, that's the 2 serpents. That's something related to him. He has this other emblem here that's like a serpent coiled around a spear with a fire and
that looks like another symbol for him for sure.
Yeah, it's on the back of his cape here, you can see.
Then we have these coiled serpents here, and then there's a flame and a I don't know if that's called a wreath or
it's something. It's like a coiled wreath or something.
I wonder if the idea with him is going to be trying to merge 2 opposites, in this case fire and trees, and trying to like bring them together, so that way it's like we don't have to have the flame burn away the tree or have the tree squelch the flame. We can have both coexist. And this is sort of him. That's why he has all the dragon stuff, because dragons breathe fire and stuff like that.
Yeah, could be.
And he's trying to maybe like, what's the word? Rectify these contradictions and try to reconcile. That's the word. Reconcile these contradictions, maybe. And he's trying to.
Could be.
That could be the angle they're going for in terms of like what makes his philosophy different from the others.
I forget. Did the man-eater have 2 serpents as tails or just the one? It was just the one, right?
For which boss? Say it again.
The man-eater, Demon Souls.
Oh, in Demon Souls, it had 1 serpent for a tail.
I'm just thinking because after that fight, we got the corpse with the 2 souls on it. Like you're talking about, maybe he's like this sort of idea of opposites being merged together. If we do it like Godwin and Ronnie, fire trees, like humans, dragons, like I don't know, could be.
The flame looks like the 3 fingers sigil too.
Oh yeah, kinda.
Yeah, I do recall there being some. It's definitely a flame. The problem is the 3 finger sigil is a bit generic. So if they create another generic flame, I would be surprised if they have no connection. Because that's just like when you think of like someone doing like a basic like flame image, you think of something like this.
The corner has 3 snakes in every instance. I don't know if that's anything.
There's 4 at the top. Though, is that 3? Yeah, that's 3. You're right.
There's
you're right,
3
you're right.
and like just a weird sort of floop.
Yeah, there's a weird little like. I guess that's perhaps like a coil of like the serpent body or something.
Yeah.
The real thing though is Miquella's symbol, isn't it?
This
like
thing?
don't like Miquella's soldiers wear that as a symbol of their allegiance to him? If I recall that.
Hold on, you might be right about that.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe when Miquella came here, met Mesmer, and they forged some sort of alliance, but then it went bad or something somewhere down the line.
Yeah. I'm also thinking, what if this is his like? Because this like has the shape of a great rune, like circle with a line through it, but they've also just like stuck fire and trees inside of it to sort of just try to forge this unholy merger.
Again, I could totally see that being the philosophy of someone trying to incorporate fire into the Erdtree's theology, which are natural contradictions. And this is just like an attempt to try to reconcile them. And he's trying to do so by getting to the root of the Erdtree, which is in the Shadow Tree land. And this is him trying to essentially change, just like the hard realities of the universe at their fundamentals. And it's going terribly, as always.
Yeah, you see, it's like this one here. Right?
See, so that's similar to one of the Great Runes for sure. Is that the... That's not the Godric rune, is it?
That's the... oh, God.
Morgoth, maybe? No.
That's the... yeah, that's Morgoth.
Yeah, someone's bringing up the idea of Mesmer being a crossbreed, like Priscilla. Yeah, because Priscilla was a half-dragon, specifically. And there's definitely dragon imagery going on with him. The problem is, I'm not seeing any traits on his body that would make me go, oh yeah, dragon, besides the eye. So...
Yeah.
Actually, does he have, like, what are his fingers like? Does he have, like, talon-like claws or something?
Yeah, well,
his feet
I don't know
look
if
pretty normal,
claws. He has, like, spiked sort of nails.
Yeah, so maybe that could be another indication of his lineage.
Yeah, and he has
There
like
could also be
dragon wing.
Also could be possible that he was like experiment. Yeah, those nails look pretty normal, all things considered. But
yeah, just like sharpened. But I mean, he wears like chainmail that looks like snake skin or dragon skin. He has like the wing. He's clearly modeled himself after a dragon, if nothing else. Oh,
nothing else.
Maybe this is he grafted this onto himself.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. The idea of like grafting dragon parts to him to try to give him dragon lineage, maybe. Yeah, he could be like the product of some sort of experimentation, either by himself or by someone else in his past.
It's gonna be so disappointing when we play the game and he's just like in it for 3 minutes. He's the first boss.
That's Morgoth's rune, they're saying. Okay, because I remember the idea being that would be a central rune, so maybe he's trying to redefine the central rune with that symbol. with the idea of incorporating, like, okay, we'll take these two opposing binaries and try to merge them together into one. And you can go back to the whole alchemy with like Radigan and like Marika and the Rebus and all that, like, thematic inspiration, and the idea of trying to create this perfect order by merging two opposite sides.
Yeah, and the wings are on the snake. They're not actually on him.
Oh, they're not on him. They're actually from the snake itself. Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we can see it's a Caduceus too. Because look,
see
you see where the wing
sort
is
of wrapped on them.
Yeah, but if you travel like the wing, like you see how below the wing there's the snake body, and then it coils like into his back. But then we see it emerge again. So yeah, it might all be one big snake, and it's a Caduceus. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is two snakes though. I'm pretty sure. I think I saw two heads earlier.
No, but it is two heads. But a Caduceus would be one snake with a head at each end, so it has no tail. So that's what I'm saying. Like, look at it. See, like with the wings and stuff.
Yeah,
here's
the other head.
Yeah. And like what I'm saying is, notice how like we actually don't see a disconnect with the body or the tails. It goes like under in his clothes, behind his back, stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's his
So
Siraj.
Yeah, basically could be.
My God, we've done it, Logi.
Watch this be his like his shadowbound beast. Like this, like he was another Empyrean or some crap.
Yeah. And he's just sort of just been stewing in sin and treachery and blasphemy.
Maybe. Yeah,
And
some people are comparing
heresy.
it to the statue. Some people are comparing it to the statues in Volcano Manor. Though those statues were using hawk bodies, and that ties into the whole idea of pre-Erdtree culture connections between the banished knights from Far Missoula, sort of like mingling with the peoples that were already on here, which would include the Gelmir snake pagans. So like, I think that's something separate from this. Though again, this doesn't stop these snakes actually having existed or coming from like that serpent somehow. So like, I'm ready. I'm ready for phase 2, giant snake. Giant snake like the first boss of DS3. Oh boy. Imagine we get another reskinned Pus of Man boss. I'm ready. I'm ready for what is it? Erdtree, what do they call it? Like Erdtree, not the Avatar. It's something.
No, not Avatar.
No, I'm trying to think. It's called the
rotted, putrid Erdtree.
The putrid tree spirit. Yeah.
Tree spirit. Yeah.
Tree spirit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But both of us need like a good rest.
I'm so tired, Logi. You don't even know.
I'm sure. You're only up because it's Elden Ring. You had to pump it straight into your veins to keep you going. Do you think Glowmite Queen would be in the DLC?
This is the Glowmite Queen.
Yeah, that's what you think. Me, I don't think so. There may be like more lore stuff associated with her in the DLC, but I don't think we're gonna see like the Glowmite Queen herself.
This is what the Glowmite Queen looks like. One eye.
I'm telling you. I'm telling
you.
The one eye and it's not gloam colored. Not happening. Nah, that's not the color of dusk.
No, the closed eye is the gloam eye. I'm telling Logi, I don't want this to be true either. But my brother, I am telling you, Miyazaki is gonna disappoint us.
Listen,
This is the Glowmite Queen, I'm telling you.
Glowmite Queen is trans.
Oh yeah, it's like binaries.
Lore-wise, we know that Malekith beat her even without his dot.
Ooh.
His dot, I'm assuming, is referring to the death effect, right? Yeah, so.
Dot. Without his.
I assume they're talking about the damage over time effect with his attacks, right?
Malekith was like, Glowmite Queen, I'm only using 50% of my power.
And there's gravity stuff in this trailer too that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Again, I'd be interested in them expanding on those enemies who we occasionally see that are like searching for like star fragments and stuff. I don't know if that's related anyway. There are hints of gravity magic being a big thing in the Sun Capital culture with before Lingdell, and we also see some mysterious gravity fan stuff off a corpse like right outside Lingdell's walls. So I've had my suspicions. Maybe that's supposed to be hinting at that. alongside some other points. So like, I don't know. Again, we're gonna have to just see how it plays out. But like, yeah, I could see us getting some good lore on gravity magic for sure, and like the cultures which may have used it beforehand. I would really love if we get more ancient dynasty lore too. Like we go underground and there's gonna be like ancient dynasty ruins with more like items and lore about them and stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah. There's so much crap just pumped into Elden Ring that you look at any image here and you're like, oh, what could... Well, this is obviously Carrion, but like this could be like 10 different things. You know what I mean? It's hard to
depends,
sort of...
like, it's easier to tell when the assets are just being reused.
Yeah.
Right, like I said earlier, like there's a screenshot that clearly shows like the ancient Civ ruins that we've seen across the entire map. So it's like that's not a mystery. We're gonna get more ancient Civ ruins. That's nothing new. But yeah, it looks like there's enough new assets here that we're gonna not be able to have the proper context until we get to actually play the DLC. Someone's also pointing out there's also the Carrion Lady and stuff, so we're getting some Carrion lore probably.
Mesmer seems to look at it as his duty to destroy the Tarnished who've lost the Grace of Gold.
Well, he probably doesn't think. Well, I mean, all the demigods think that the Tarnished are superfluous because they're all going to be the king, right? So
Yeah.
that's not surprising. Like all the demigods think that they're the ones who should be reigning supreme.
It doesn't seem like he has an eyeball in his stomach.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate.
My amazing lore.
You're not gonna be able to confirm he's actually a giant.
I can't. Not from this.
Mesmer racism build.
Yeah, 2 snake heads. I'm trying to see if there's ever more than 2, but I don't think there is. I think it's just the 2. So I like your theory that it's the 1 snake with the 2 heads.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's about time that Miyazaki actually do that. He's been using that symbol since Dark Souls at least. Maybe even Demon Souls. I have to go back and check.
Again.
Maybe even Demon Souls. Maybe. I don't... No instance of it is like coming up. But yeah, that's
favorite wings.
Those are cool.
But yeah,
wings,
can we go back to the sorcery Karia stuff? Because I don't know if you went over that before I got here.
Oh, this or like
No, earlier when there was like there's the lady on the chair in the middle.
Oh
of,
yeah,
like,
this.
The car. Yeah, with the blue.
Yeah,
I
talked about this before you came. This is the lady from the inverted Carrion statue.
Yeah, it's similar headpiece at least. Not sure if it's the exact same. This is gonna be an NPC for a quest type deal.
Loki, look with your 144p. Look, it's the exact same face.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, 100%.
You can tell by how it's her, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be funny if this is actually someone who actually rebelled against Rennala and it's like, I'm the true Carian queen. I rule this place in the shadows. I will take over.
And then they had to cut her hat. They had to cut the top of her hat off as punishment. But she also has like ropes from the top of her head, like a Boulderdack or whatever we called it. Baldekin. I'm so tired, Loki.
I know. It's okay. Hard to English.
God's grave. This could be Trina.
The
imagery.
On what you're sharing.
It must spill.
Could be, yeah. Could be.
But yeah, here we have the full Carrion imagery. It's like very dilapidated.
A lot of your fellows.
Yeah, a lot of reused assets from like the Caria Manor or Raya Lucaria and stuff. So I'm not sure if I recognize those hanging lamps though. Those might be new.
Loki is in fact blind. He cannot be trusted. Loki's not blind. I'm stream sharing with him over Discord, and he's getting like a 720p image from this.
Yeah. It's really blurry, chat. And when I look on the main stream, I'm like 30 seconds behind, so it's very hard to keep up with whatever he's showing me. So yeah, Swampland.
Yeah, this is what Loki's seeing.
This is probably my favorite shot in the trailer.
Why?
Because I just like the atmosphere of this place.
All right, calm down. Just asking.
It looks neat.
Yeah.
Just like has this like dilapidated like little manor in the middle of a swamp that's like half sinking. I don't know. I think it's cool. Got the light shining from there through the like trees with all the hanging moss and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
there's absolutely no way for you to possibly see this, Loki. But there are like 10 corpses here that all have like little lights on them.
Are they corpses? They kind of look like birds, but again, it's blurry for me.
I am gonna blow the image up and send it to you so that you, because you don't believe me, you never trust me when I show you things.
No, I don't. Sorry. We have a very, very, very terrible relationship built on distrust more than anything.
Wait, what am I doing? Why don't I just send you the image? Why am I blowing it up for you on stream share? You see?
Some type of glowy thing. I don't know if that's corpses though, per se.
They look like corpses to me.
It kind of reminds me of those fingers that hide under the ground, right? The giant finger creeper things.
Oh, ugh, why do you have to say that? It could be that. Damn it. No.
Yeah, you know, like some of the.
It's corpses. We have to stay true to
Well, I
ourselves.
mean, who's to say finger creepers aren't made of corpses?
Oh, it's true.
What I'm hoping for is the DLC adding dialogue for the characters in the base game, alluding to this DLC. That's possible. There could be, I don't know about like necessarily like foreshadowing it or something, but there could be like some dialogue that changes or gets added that helps lead into the DLC, or like there's gonna be like an NPC standing outside like Miquella's like corpse and Mog's boss room and be like, "Ah, yes, I finally found the path to Lady Miquella, Lady Trina," or some crap.
Yeah. Like I said, I want them to make a lot of changes, include NPC characters in the main story. You have the opportunity now to expand a bit on that. Why not? Why not do it, man?
I mean, we know in the cut stuff that there were indications of NPCs who would like go on quests outside, which would ultimately lead to Miquella and would potentially help lead into the DLC. So it's totally possible for them to at least do like the tail end of that, of the person finding the dream stuff, talking to us and telling us about it or whatever, and then like we continue to like, you know, travel parallel with this other NPC as they go through the journey, and there's a bunch of other people who've already entered this world before us and stuff like that. Like that's totally possible. Yeah. And then the question is going to be why Melania is not allowed in. It's like, it's like, brother, dear brother, why do you keep ghosting me?
Because you're rotten, bitch.
Ouch. Don't have to be so mean about it.
But yeah, I think we've plumbed the depths of this trailer pretty exhaustively.
Yeah, pretty fair. I mean, I'm excited to go over it myself on stream later, but overall, I think that this trailer is perfectly within what I was expecting. There is nothing like too out there. I was like, oh no, this is going in a completely different direction than what everyone was speculating about. Like, I think we all pretty kind of knew what was coming, and yeah, we got it, which is good. They're finally delivering.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Everybody go and follow Loki, subscribe to Loki on the Twitters, on the YouTubes.
Yeah, you can continue telling me I'm wrong. Can't wait.
Loki, you're so blind. How can you not see it?
I am blind anyway, so it's going to be great. I can't wait for my fans to point it out to me. Like, it's like, look at it. Look at this thing. See, it's clearly right there. And be like, where is it? I missed it. It's right there in the foreground. Join his Discord and gaslight him with us. No, Nardi! No! Acer sending a hate raid.
Tell him he is wrong at his Discord. Yes, tell him.
Yeah, you guys can find the links to my Discord on the contact page at lokisouls.com. That's lokisouls.com, Lokey. You can also follow me on Twitter at Loki_DS. That's Loki_DS. And I have the same name for my YouTube, so you can subscribe to me there.
Yes.
Thanks for having me come on, Acer. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. I would have included your links in the description and such if I'd have known for a fact that you'd make it, but
yeah, I wasn't sure if I could either, but I have some free time right now, and it's about time I get back to it. Gotta go to the grindstone.
So Loki will be streaming his own thoughts in like an hour or two. Oh, I'm supposed to call you a weep. Weep.
Weep! Darn.
Got him. We got him, chat. But yeah, that's Shadow of the Erdtree. Gonna be fun. I have a question, chat. There's a big question. Maybe I'll do a poll on YouTube. I did a poll on Twitter. Elden Ring commentary before DLC? I have 4 months. I have 4 months to do it in.
I think after, personally. I would vote after.
You think after? Lose out on the good Elden Ring SEO?
I mean, here's the thing. I think the algorithm is still going to be favoring Elden Ring even after the DLC's out. If anything, it's going to get an even bigger bump once it's out. And everyone's going to be posting lore videos and talking about it and stuff. So I think you'll still have your time. As long as you get the base game stuff there, and then you can just edit the script in case there's anything new in the DLC you have to factor in.
That's true. I could maybe start preparing the video like 2 months before, and then I'll have the sort of rough outline and most of the footage done, and then I just have to go back and record the DLC.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like you said, you have 4 months, so you can always like do it on your off time while you work on other projects.
But the question is, Elden Ring commentary or Silent Hill 4 commentary first?
When's Silent Hill 2 remake come out? Is it like this month or something?
Oof. I have no idea. Silent Hill 2 remake. I misspelled every one of those words, and now it's linking me to the Malaysian army. Wikipedia, what?
What was Loki's YouTube again? That's Loki's_DS for those wondering. You can also, I think the full name is written out there. It's Loki Dark Souls, but yeah, you can just find me if you type in like Loki and like Dark Souls, Elden Ring stuff. I'm sure my channel will come up, or at least a video, a live stream I've done. Yeah, you can also just go to my Twitter. I'll retweet something you post, and people can find you through that. Have you read the IGN interview? Yes, I actually mentioned it a few times on this stream. I've gone over that. I have to go over the Japanese version of this trailer to see if there's any interesting differences or nuances in the dialogue worth pointing out. Oh. And I have to double check to make sure there's not like more interview stuff I might have missed. So the bastard line. We didn't go over the bastard line. You want to go over that now? No, well, you can do that because we have to scrounge around for the official dialogue. Because I do kind of gotta go now, so I'm getting calls and stuff. All right, thank you for being here, Loki. No prob. See you, everybody later. Bye bye. I'm gonna hang up on you, and I'm gonna keep talking to the chat. I'm still here, chat, but Loki, straight up gone. Now that he's gone. Oh, Loki, I know this might be a big ask, but could you translate the Famitsu interview and put it on your site one day? Hold on. Loki might still be on Discord. I'll ask him for you, and then from chat. If he says yes, he'll do it, but if he says no, he won't do it. But also, he may not be on Discord anymore. He may have closed it. Yeah, I don't think this boy's answering. I don't think we're getting an answer from that. But I don't know. Hey, trailer looked pretty fun. Oh, you can just ask him. That's good. Just ask him. Why are you asking me, man? I must return to Loki's cesspit. I have documents to harass him with. Harass his ass, chat. Go to his Discord. Be like, hey, Acer says you're a weep, you know? But yeah, let me know in, like, the comments. Not the chat, but in the comments of this video, preferably, so I can go back to it. Just, like, Elden Ring commentary before Silent Hill 4 commentary. Look, the days of not doing the Silent Hill 4 commentary are over. It's happening. It's just like, do we do the Elden Ring commentary first? Silent Hill 2 commentary takes like 2-3 months. Elden Ring commentary is like 3 or 4 months. So, you know. It is what it is. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. You can keep the conversation going in the Discord. It's linked in the description and what have you.
How bad will Silent Hill 2 remake be? Hey, you know, that's not the purview of this stream. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.